It's absurd, ridiculous, preposterous, moronic for a whole country to believe that if a kid died by accident in a swimming pool, that the family people that were there at the house would just ditch the body in the woods and hide it. That's preposterous. In other words, of course, this had to be a murder. All you people who could possibly believe, and you all do, that she might have actually drowned. Okay? The way Bias said, it was an accident. No murder. Okay? But Bias refused to answer Greta Van Susteren when she said, well, how did the body get from the pool to the woods? Why didn't he answer it? Well, what did George do? Did he call up and have somebody, hey, come on over here, take my dead granddaughter, well, it's really his daughter, take her to the woods, or to hide her for a month? Actually, what he did was, of course he's not going to do it. Who's going to do that? I mean, really, that's how ignorant you people are, okay, to believe this is such a crazy assumption, because it isn't true. It couldn't possibly be true. So, you have Bias. Yep, he got an acquittal for it. Thank God. That's amazing. And the guy's a genius in a court of law. I watched him. Okay? In other words, he knew damn well she didn't die by accident. And he knew damn well that whites, why wouldn't he use whites? He says this is absurd. He said, oh, well, whites was too much for the defense. Of course. Because that's what happened, okay? It's not that he's too much for the defense. This is how idiotic Americans are. They don't understand evidence or anything, okay? They have these feelings. They just feel this or that. You know, let's have a witch hunt. Well, you know, we're Americans. We believe in justice and we believe in the Constitution. Bullshit, okay? Americans are completely rotten people who would ever wreck the life of this woman who not only was abused from the time she was 8 years old, and then her father murders her kid and tries and pins it on her and gets her locked up for 3 freaking years. Okay? Oh, let's just forget that. What the hell? 3 years locked up for what? Because this guy and pulled this off, and she was so in shock that she couldn't just say, hey man, this is him. We were both in the house, okay? One of us had to kill this kid, and it wasn't me, so that leaves him, period, okay? But she just snapped out. She just snapped. The way she's been protecting this guy since she was a kid, 8 years old, all right? She's still protecting him right this minute. Otherwise, she'd call the FBI and say, listen, man, Chris Davis, he's the supervisor in that office. I am pressing charges. This guy murdered my kid, okay? And I know he molested her. That's why what else? What other possible reason would he have for doing that? None. Not even one possible reason, okay? So he molested her. That's the proof. And then he knew she was going to talk. That's the proof. And then he murdered her so she couldn't talk. Well, fortunately, I'm explaining this freaking evidence that after he murdered her and went on his wild goose chase, making believe they were searching for her, then he dunked her in the water and brought her in, and she's soaking wet, but he ain't wet because he didn't dive in the pool to get her out, okay? And Casey knows that the ladder was down because that's what she told the shrinks, okay? So whites knew how to get her to talk to him, And she told him the whole works. Everything that happened, period. So why doesn't Baez use whites? I mean, it's ludicrous. Okay, the whole thing, the accident, not using whites, make them believe you don't know how the damn kid got from the pool into the woods. I'll tell you how she did, through that trunk in her car, so he could let her decompose enough to get a real stench, and then throw this garbage. Nobody on earth throws garbage in their trunk. Okay? Why would you do that? I mean, look at the damn garbage. It's in his freaking book. Go to the library and just look at the picture, okay? Don't buy the book. It's just a pack of lies. Unless you understand the case, you'll just believe the nonsense, okay? That all the people, there aren't many, but the people who are, hope. I'm glad that they didn't convict her, and they're on her side and they support her and all this stuff. Okay, they don't understand what happened. They don't understand Baez. They were just drooling over Baez. He could do no wrong. Okay, that's another stupid deal. So you see, it's the whole country. I mean, the ones that hate her guts and the ones that like her, they're all ignorant. They don't understand the evidence. And Baez definitely understands the evidence. So why wouldn't he have just gone ahead and, actually, be honest with you, he could have dismissed that case easily on the 13th. With Ashton and the other one, the woman, Burdick, listening to these shrinks, they knew damn well she was innocent. They had to know George did it. Okay? So, now, they're so fucking arrogant. Oh, let's fry her ass. We can't admit we screwed up here. We'll just fry her ass. We have to win. That's how these people think, Ashton and Burdick, okay? Winning has nothing to do with justice to these people. And that's where the problem is. And that's what the American people got to start understanding before the whole ship comes crashing down. Okay? Casey Anthony's just an obvious, overwhelming piece of the information, because you can see where they just lied and lied and lied. I'm talking about HLN, Nancy Grace, disgusting. All of them. Vinnie Polian and every one of them smirking and smiling and judging. They don't even know what they're talking about. I'll say that. I'll say that they're too stupid to know what they're talking about. But they lied, okay? They lied and lied and lied. And they're still lying. And when I call the Orlando Sentinel, they don't want to hear. They want to bury this thing. Screw Casey Anthony, okay? So she gets screwed, and what? The Orlando Sentinel makes more money because more screwball nitwits read their crap, okay? I mean, do you see what I'm talking about? Do you want to do that? Do you want to just be a numbskull and a dirty bastard that would put a person like Casey Anthony into such a disastrous spot? That's what you want? That's the kind of Christians you are? Or what are you? I don't care. Jews or whatever, okay? Ain't got nothing to do with God, that's for sure. Just a bunch of screwballs, as nutty as you could get. United States of America. And they can't even say, they're in Sudan and there's nothing but a bunch of mud huts, okay? They don't have the internet or anything. Because these people, they have the internet. They could read the deposition transcripts, which is where the information is, okay? And maybe you'll understand what I'm saying after I tell you. The ladder was down. She looked, this ladder was down, there was nothing in the pool, okay? He put the ladder up, so when Cindy came home, the ladder's up. And then she goes back to work talking about the ladder being up. She never did that because the ladder was never up. It was only up because George put it up to make believe that she drowned. And in that case, he was negligent. And she would go to jail for the rest of her life for neglect. Okay, that's what he told her. All right, so let's see if we can't bust this goddamn case and get George nailed and exonerate this woman. Let her live. Why you want to hurt her? She didn't do anything.